What's going on, dudes and dudettes? Saw how good my USC video did the other day, so of course I'm gonna now start these off with USC stuff so you don't have to go searching through the video. Quite a bit of news once again for USC, so let's go through it. A 2024 four-star cornerback in Aaron Butler from out here in Southern California, of course, has now decided to decommit from USC and open up his recruitment. I know, of course, he, like all these other guys that have been decommitting recently, have said they will still consider USC as an option and still have love for all the coaches and the program. But usually when a guy decommits after he's been committed for quite a bit, usually means something. And I'm not going to go off and say, like how a lot of people are, that it's Alex Grinch's fault, the defensive coordinator. Maybe he sees some other people that he likes and maybe they are just as talented, if not better, when it comes to like star ranking, because these guys are more four-star players. They had ability to get up to the five-star eventually probably, but maybe now we're going to go after five-star guys. You never know. So we'll see. And then another wide receiver from USC has entered the transfer portal, and Kyle Ford, another SoCal product, played out in Orange County, I believe. It's pretty big athletic dude. I always thought he should have been playing like tight end instead, just because he looks like a freaking linebacker out there. He should really be playing defense the way he looks, but he is a really big, strong receiver, and kind of took him a bit. He's been here for about 3 years, and pretty much this last season, he finally got some playing time. Did pretty good in one game, and that was kind of it. He just kind of showed up here and there throughout the season, but didn't really do much, and just hope nothing for the best for him. He is one of the better Trojans out there, still looking for a new team, so we'll see where he lands. I know the other receiver that left about a week ago already found some place in Wisconsin, CJ Williams, so we'll see where Kyle Ford goes. Hopefully it isn't like how I said UCLA or Notre Dame, the rivals, but anyways, good luck to him either way. Now when it comes to Talanoa Hufanga, who was selected by the 49ers a couple years ago from USC, was recently named a first-team all-defensive team at that safety position, which of course, even as a Chargers fan, you're kind of wondering why Derwin James was not considered that. Even like a Justin Simmons from the Denver Broncos, they're usually up there in the first team, but obviously it looks like Hufanga had the better year, and obviously he did. He started off really great. I mean, he had so many tackles throughout those first couple of weeks, and then he kind of went down from there. He had one interception returned for a touchdown in one game early in the season as well. So maybe he just was more consistent than those guys, because I know Derwin James did miss quite a few games as well towards the end of the year. Don't know about the Simmons, but anyways, congrats to him. And he was also named the Polynesian Player of the Year along with Tua Tagovailoa of Miami. So they're both getting that recognition from the Polynesian Bowl out there, that Hall of Fame out there in Hawaii. So that's pretty cool as well for him. When it comes to Tackett Curtis, the Louisiana four-star linebacker, who even Lincoln Riley said, even though he's a four-star, he still believes he's the best linebacker at that position. That I think it's the inside linebacker that he believes is out there coming out of high school. And in the end, he is considered the best player coming out of Louisiana, because he was named Mr. Football out there. And I'm pretty sure there are like five-star guys, even guys ranked higher than him, but he still won that award in that state. So that's pretty cool. At least he's coming to USC. He's actually already in the spring workouts. I saw a picture of him working out already for the team, because he's already enrolled early, graduated high school early, so that's cool. And then another linebacker who finally did get some playing time, only had like a couple of tackles, but did show that he has somewhat of talent and ability to play the linebacker position, in Rajon Davis, who's from Modern Day out here in SoCal as well. Apparently he is going to be returning for USC in 2023. It is only with a bit of caution, I'd say, when you hear that, just because they could still go through this spring practice and in the summer decide if they officially do want to stay for the fall camp and fall semester as well to play, or end up transferring somewhere else, kind of like how USC got Eric Gentry last year as well from Arizona State. So never know. Hopefully he does stay, because I still think he has a lot of talent as well, even though USC has been bringing in a lot of talent and guys who should be starting at that linebacker position in the transfer portal. Then Drake London, the rookie wide receiver who's with the Atlanta Falcons. Apparently he did make Falcons history by the most receptions by a rookie, obviously in the first year, with 72 catches. So that's pretty good. Even though he had poor quarterback play throughout most of the year, pretty sure he could have broken that record by even more. But definitely looking for a big-time positive second year for him, because definitely went through a troubling time in his first year because of those freaking guys. It looked like he could compete and get open and all that other stuff. So hopefully he does have a better season next year and might be a good fantasy play as well. Don't tell anybody I said that. Then when it comes to USC football's transfer class, so apparently even the guys you get transferred into your school are also ranked. But even guys like, say, Anthony Lucas, who they recently got, the defensive end from Texas A&M, when he was coming out of high school, he was a 5-star, but transferring to USC, he was already downgraded to a 4-star, which is still good, but I'm assuming they just did that because he probably didn't play as many games as they would have liked, and also just because it's kind of like a give-up mentality where you select one school and then automatically, after 1 year, you're going to another school. So I guess they downgrade you for that points-wise. But either way, because of that, and I think they even counted Jared Kingston, the offensive lineman, as a 4-star as well. And with that, they were at number 3 a couple days ago, but then just recently they did move up to number 2 because Colorado had a decommitment from one of their transfer portal guys. So that moved USC's class up to number 2 in the transfer portal rankings, which is pretty nice. They're a couple spots away. I forget. It might be Oregon. I forget who is number 1. But either way, if USC gets another good, solid player or two, I think they could have that number 1 overall transfer ranking, which would be nice. Then, yes, sadly, the other day we did end up losing one of USC's greater running backs and a Heisman winner, and Charles White. At the age of 64, I believe he passed away because of cancer. And I think he was actually at the Heisman ceremony there a couple weeks ago when Caleb Williams won, or almost a month ago actually from now. So yeah, it just sucks that you just recently saw him. He looked fine, and I obviously did not know he was battling through cancer, which sucks. But yes, sadly, he will be missed. But yes, one of the greater USC Trojans in history, especially at that position. Not only was he a Heisman winner, but playing with the likes of Marcus Allen and all that stuff too, was also a Heisman winner. So yeah, USC was definitely running back U at the time, as they like to call it. Then USC basketball ended up playing last night as well against Colorado. Ended up getting that victory 68-61, so they were able to squeeze that out towards the end. Drew Peterson had 15 points, the senior. The other senior, Boogie Ellis, dropped in 14. Then Joshua Morgan, the big guy in the middle, finally stepped up and got 12 points as well. It's nice to see. Luckily, they were able to get this kind of first victory of 2020. Or actually, they might have already had one, but they were on a bit of a 2-game losing streak as of late. So luckily, they're able to get back on the win column, and I think they get Utah Saturday or Sunday, something like that. So hopefully that's another victory as well. Then an ex-Laker and pretty much one of my favorite high school guys when he was a senior and his first couple years at Georgetown, Mac McClung, is apparently going to be participating in the NBA dunk contest, and I believe it said he was it's the first time ever that a G League player has been invited to participate in the dunk contest for the upper level on the NBA side. So it's pretty awesome. Obviously, he's one of the few white guys that could jump and stay in the air that long, which is why he was always in so many viral videos and stuff when he was a senior year. But yeah, it will be great to see. I'll definitely be rooting for him because he's an ex-Laker, and I wish they would have still kept him. But surprisingly, I don't know why they didn't. It's kind of dumb. Speaking of the Lakers, yes, LeBron James last week ended up winning the Player of the Week on the West side. Averaged like 35 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, something like that. Those could be mixed up stats, but either way, it was a pretty nice week for him, and I think they went like 3-0 in that span as well. They haven't been going so good this week. They lost to Denver, I think, on Monday, and then just last night they lost in double overtime to Luka and the Mavericks, and he did put up some numbers, but I don't know. Now I think they went back even farther. They're like number 13th in the West. And their rankings, like at 19-25 is their record, which sucks right now. But they got some teams that they could maybe get like move up a couple spots, but they could also lose all those games as well if Anthony Davis doesn't return, which I did hear he's ramping up his working out and playing on the court and stuff and practicing, but that just means he's, trying. He could have a setback, you never know, like he always ends up having, but hopefully he doesn't, so we'll see. Then Duke played last night as well. I think it was last night. Ended up beating Pitt 77-69. Very close game. Even Pitt had the lead for quite a bit in the second half. Luckily, Duke did end up getting this in the victory. Kyle Filipowski, the freshman, ended up having 28 points, a new career high for him in points. Also threw in 15 rebounds, 2 assists as well, I believe. Yeah, it was just a good overall victory. I know towards the end, especially this last game and the game before in Boston College, they have been playing a lot of really good defense towards the end of the game. For some reason, they end up having a lull during the game, and they either let the team get back into it, they lose a lead, or it's tied or something like that, or it's a very close game. So I just hope that they can continue to get better, but they do have a lot of young dudes on their team. And of course, Tyrese Proctor, the guy who I talk crap most about in the last game, ended up stepping up with like 12 or 14 points, something like that as well. So I was glad to see that from him. And when it comes to Jason Tatum, ex-Duke player on the Celtics, apparently through the first half of the NBA season, he's broken a all-time Celtics record. I think he beat John Havlicek, something like that, and Larry Bird when it comes to the most points scored in the first half of the season. And right now he has 1,202 points, which is a lot. So it's good that he was able to beat a record, and now a Duke guy stands on the top of a Celtics record, so I can be kind of happy about that. So congrats to him. Then Yahoo Sports was talking about Justin Herbert, the duel with him versus Trevor Lawrence. Obviously, it's going to be a big-time game. They pretty much have put it in prime time for tomorrow night, Saturday night, so everybody could watch it after that first game. So everybody's going to be, at least I'm hoping Justin Herbert shows up, but I know he is going to be out. One of his top wide receivers, Mike Williams, who was injured in the last game against Denver when everybody said they don't know why the starters are playing. And of course, one guy gets hurt and now he's out for multiple weeks. I heard even if the Chargers advance, they probably still won't have him for the next couple of weeks as well, which sucks. So Justin Herbert's definitely going to need a lot of help from Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler and all those tight ends and everybody. Joshua Palmer needs to step up, and that defense looks like they should be ready. And even Rashawn Slater, who we thought was out early in the season for the whole entire season, has been working out, and they activated him actually earlier this week. It does not mean he is going to play this week, but if they do advance after tomorrow, I'm pretty sure he has a high percentage of playing the following week, most likely against Kansas City. So that should be a good matchup. Again, another divisional game, so we'll see. And then the other day, Illumination, who is a company owned by Sony, I believe. They do a lot of like the Minion stuff, and I want to say they did, or is that DreamWorks that did Shrek? I don't know. I always thought they were kind of the same thing. Either way, they are supposedly in the works or working on a movie for Zelda, which I've always known to be a pretty good video game. I played the first couple that were on Nintendo 64. I really liked them. I always thought they should do a movie, like a live action thing, but Illumination seems like they're going to go for an animated type of movie because obviously the Minions are part of that, so it could be good, it could be interesting. I know that new Mario Party World or whatever it is, Mario whatever, I don't even know the name, but yeah, that's coming out pretty soon as well, and that's animated. But I always kind of figured that Legolas from Lord of the Rings was my Link anyways in live action, because he looks pretty much the same. It's like a guy who could shoot arrows with the shield as well and with long blonde hair, so I always figured that anyways. So we'll see. Hopefully it is a good rendition of the game, whichever game they choose, and we'll see how it goes. Yes, thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a good rest of your day. Bye. Fight on.